short way. So yeah, I just got news or received news that Scott Adams, guys, let me know how the mic is sounding. Let me know how the camera looks. But just received news that Scott Adams has passed away. Again, I didn't really know anything too much about Scott Adams other than he was a comic. And later in life, he started to talk openly about how whites should get away from blacks and move to a degree, which I can't blame him. And he passed away of what, pancreatic cancer, if I'm not mistaken.
Are not okay with white people, according to this poll. Not according to me, according to this poll.
He looked sickly here. And I'm not trying to knock anybody. I've known people who've passed away from cancer, and I'm not trying to make light of this. But, I was thinking in, my last days, because he knew he was on the verge of, how can I be very, very careful here without triggering any YouTube community guidelines? He knew he was going to pass away. He knew this was it. And freedom of speech, I get that. Your own anecdotal experiences, I get that. But man, I mean, me personally, I could not imagine spending the last year or two of my life knowing that I'm going to D-word or die. I think I can say die. I wouldn't spend it talking about blacks. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Yeah, Scam Likely, he passed away this morning. He was put into hospice yesterday. And, pretty much if you're in hospice, I think, if I'm not mistaken, our former president, Jimmy Carter, was in hospice for over a year. But I really believe he had already been dead anyway. They were just carrying around a corpse. He knew he was going to pass away, man. And, the tragedy of not really fulfilling your life. And not to say, I don't know Scott Adams. I don't know how much he made, but I feel like he was not fulfilled. He didn't live around blacks, to be completely honest with you. He didn't live around any blacks. If he did live around any black, it probably was a multi-millionaire. And I'm not talking about some rapper, some athlete. I'm talking about some high profile corporate, corporate exec, someone in import export, something of that magnitude. He didn't live around your average black. So I don't understand his obsession. JF says Scott had incredible insight of political issues and the use of persuasion. Yeah, he was going to die. And he just became fixated on black people. It's weird. I mean, dude, I had a friend, she passed away of breast cancer. May she rest in peace. And in her last couple of years, she's, people obviously were, they knew she was in the stage 4. She started traveling. She went all over. And, eventually she succumbed. But Scott, he should have been in Europe or something. He should have went to the whitest of the whitest country. But to live your last 2 years just obsessing over blacks, that was pretty absurd. And I know people will say, oh, he just died. Well, I get he just died, but that was pretty odd to me, the way that he was just obsessing over. And then, what made it even worse, people started doing the memes of him, So Leak says he was right regardless, CT. Right or wrong, buddy. I couldn't be a multi-millionaire white man. Just the last days, I'm just talking about blacks. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And the fact that it almost seems as though in the twilight of his life, he just wasn't fulfilled. He was not fulfilled. Avaren C says, every time I tune into the show, he wasn't discussing Sun People. He talked about Trump in a lot of the news. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Positivity is coming your way, man. Guys, who else do we have in the chat? We have Dark in the chat. Salute to you, man. Who else do we have in the building, guys? Get the likes up, share the video. Scam Likely says his podcast addressed everything. He barely spoke about blacks. Did he not speak about blacks multiple times? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he not? Here goes one of many times he spoke about blacks. Here we go.
That's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people.
Now, is he not talking about blacks right here? Klablukup? Is he not talking about blacks?
Oh,
Did he not just say, here goes a man, he's sickly. He's sickly. I'm not trying to knock this man. I agree with him. But is this man not sickly right now? I've seen cancer patients. I told you I just had a friend many years ago who died of cancer. They're sickly, especially in stage 4. Man, he should have been traveling, doing bucket list activities, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he not talking about black people right now? Correct me if I'm wrong. Here we go.
Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this.
He wasn't sick here. Polo, are you blind? Are you blind, buddy? He wasn't sick here. He's sick as hell right here.
This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population.
Dude, look, man, and I get it. The man just died, and I'm not trying to go in on him. I agree with a lot of his commentary, but dude, you moved into a neighborhood where there were damn near nobody, period, bro. You went into a neighborhood that was wealthy any damn way. What are you talking about? You went into a neighborhood where there was hardly any white people either. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. This is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods.
Of course. I mean, nobody's denying that. I mean, nobody's denying.
So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever.
See the problem with Scott. The problem with Scott Adams. He was rich anyway. He wasn't going to live around blacks, period, and he wasn't going to live around middle class white. I don't care. Listen, he wasn't going to live around middle class whites. He was always going to live in areas where there was just individuals who were wealthy, particularly just white people. What is he talking about? This man spent 2 years of his last life talking about blacks when what I'm trying to tell you guys, he should have been living his fucking life. That's all I'm saying. Morty says, CT, you getting us in trouble again. It's still January. Be easy on the pedal. T Spells, what's up? Positivity is definitely coming your way. Guys, get the likes up, share the video, man. Death Racer says, I'm obsessed with the BBC, even as a white millionaire. That's the whole point. Thank you so much, Death Racer. I don't think a lot of people in the chat are getting me. The whole point is he was wealthy. He didn't have to live around again. He would have never, ever, ever interacted with 90 something percent of blacks, period. And I'm going to say it again. He didn't even interact with middle class or upper middle class whites. He's a wealthy white. What is he talking about? This dude could have been skydiving. He could have been mud wrestling with Vietnamese hoes. He could have been doing something like any type of bucket list activity. Put a one in the chat if you have about a year or two left to live. I mean, I'm not trying to knock anybody who has an illness, but I would hope in the last few years of your life, you don't spend it doing this shit. I'm sorry. Listen, if the doctor said, "Hey man, you got about 6 months," I'm smoking crack. I'm jumping backwards off of a moving truck. I'm doing all types of bucket list activities. I ain't about to sit up here talking about nobody. I'm done. You guys are missing the point here. Leak says, "Are you trolling? It's about time Whitey calls this shit out." And I'm not trolling, bro. I'm trying to talk about a problem. And I get it again. I'm gonna say it again. Rest in peace to this guy. But this guy, I see a guy who in his last few years of life was in quiet desperation. He was in quiet desperation, man. And I hope a lot of people don't end up like this guy, to be completely honest with you. CT, please don't talk about him. I'm going to talk about whoever in the fuck I want to talk about. This man wasn't no goddamn hero. I'm going to talk about him just like I talk about everybody else. He doesn't get a pass with me. I sit up here and talk about Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping. I talk about the mustache man. I talk about Martin Luther King. I talk about anybody I want. And he wasn't no goddamn hero. And everybody knows it. And I'm going to say it again for the 5th time. Don't spend your last few years of your life doing what the fuck he did. Yet he says, preach it. Get the likes up. Norman, what's up, buddy? He says, don't know what's going on, but Norman, Scott Adams died. The creator of Dilbert, one of the comics we read as children when we still had newspapers. And I'm over here kicking his back end too. Not because of what he said, because I agree with him on a lot of the shit he was saying, but because, man, at the end of his life, Norman, at the end of his life, he spent the end of his life talking about black people. Man, I couldn't be white and a millionaire talking about no Negroes in the end of my life, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. I'm climbing mountains. I'm doing something, man, exhilarating. He still had enough strength to do it. And I know, Norman, a lot of these people are going to say, don't talk about the dead. These the same motherfuckers that sit up here and crack jokes about George Floyd dying. Now, granted, Scott Adams, I can't compare Scott Adams to George Floyd. I mean, one is a crackhead and the other one is a comic guy. But the fact of the matter is that I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker. And I'm kicking ass today on this Tuesday. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Get the likes up. I'm gonna get into the main topic in a minute. EAE says cancer is no joke. He was just saying he had days to live on January 1st. Now he's up out of here. OJ Simpson was talkative a few days before he passed. It's scary. I did a live stream about OJ Simpson. People were cracking jokes, and he was acquitted. So I'm gonna sit up here and talk about this man too. I don't give a goddamn if he died. Was he your dad? Hey, let me ask these people: was he your daddy? Was he their dad? I'm gonna speak street today. Was he your daddy? Did he put food on your table, or did he just write a goddamn comic? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We always picking and choosing who to respect and who not to respect. This motherfucker, rest in peace. He was a motherfucker who just drew some comic, a simple ass comic, and in the twilight of his life, on his deathbed, he couldn't think about anything other than some Negroes. That's a goddamn shame. And I was thinking about that shit 2 years ago when he started talking about black. Like, this motherfucker stupid. He gotta be stupid. I couldn't spend. I couldn't spend. First of all, I couldn't be a multi-millionaire white person ever thinking about blacks, let alone I wouldn't care. There's so many places where blacks are just non-existent on the planet. I wouldn't give a fuck about no blacks. And that's a horrible life, man, for a lot of these whites, man. EAE, that's a horrible life, man. Don't say that, Rocco. Don't say that. Don't say that. The man, because I'm not going, because I didn't dislike the guy. I just look at this guy as a hopeless individual because he had so much that he could have done in the last days of his life, because I've seen it with other people. Talking about Negroes. That's a goddamn shame. What the fuck? Ah, man. Plasma Voice says, CT, you could do better. You don't need to lie about his focus just to make an entertaining show. Fuck you, Plasma. Fuck you. And it's all love, and you've been supporting me for a long time, but I'm going to say this disrespectfully. Fuck you. You motherfuckers sit up here and y'all will talk. Man, I did a show about OJ. OJ Simpson had 2,000 fucking rushing yards in a 14-game season, and he was acquitted in the very same courts that everybody supposedly respects, and everybody was cracking jokes when he died. I'm not even cracking jokes about him dying. I'm actually talking about a real masculine observation here. The yearning for activity and adventure, and the last thing that he did, man, I can't be around blacks. You were never gonna be around them any goddamn way. Go bungee jump. You're about to die, man. You're about to die in 2 weeks. Go bungee jump. Go bungee jumping, man. Go deep sea diving. What the fuck are you doing talking about some blacks for that you ain't never gonna be around? You sickly motherfucker. I'm not about to die. I'm a brave. As far as I know, I'm not about to die anytime soon. That's the difference. I can sit up here and talk about blacks because, hopefully I'll live about 100 more years. But this motherfucker was literally on his deathbed talking about blacks, Brave. Come on, Brave. Cut the bullshit. Cut the bull. Today I'm on it today. I'm kicking ass today, son. And again, I'm not attacking him. I'm just talking about how stupid this shit is. I'm a white man. I'm a millionaire. The doctor told me I got about a week to live, and all I want to do is sit on YouTube or Twitter and talk about blacks. But I'm brave, not me. I'm about to base jump off the Eiffel Tower or something. I'm going to try to climb Mount Everest. That's the point, Brave. Norman says, yeah, it's crazy to be worrying about BS on your last leg. I was taking 21 pills and powders a day thinking I was dying. I focused on enjoying life. Been holding on to that energy for the last 15 years. Shout out to you, Norman, man. Positivity's coming your way, man. Hater, man, that's funny, bro. Hater Cell says you are 41. You are pretty close to death. I know, man. But hopefully, science is making incredible inroads in life extension, So hopefully I can live to be 150. Hopefully. I would love to be that age. D'Anville says, let's go. CT kick ass, guys. Get the likes of D'Anville. Salute to you, man. Positivity is definitely.
Must be the Monday. It's got me rolling so smooth. Must be the Monday. Must be, cause I got folks wanting to be my friend. Must be the Monday. People I never knew, people I never thought I'd connect with. Oh no, I don't know what it is. Talk to me, check it out.
Hey guys, do you guys have the ability to rewind? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you can rewind. Put a 1 in the chat, guys. Okay, so you guys can rewind. Get the likes up. Oh, you said you can't rewind. Oh, CT, you're not letting us rewind. You know he's about to go in. But they're saying you can rewind. I don't know. Wait a minute. Oh, you can't rewind. Okay, let me fix that real quick. Okay. You should be able to do it now. There we go. Hater Sales says, imagine glazing a dead comic strip writer. I'm not. Get the likes up, man. Here we go.
As a white citizen of America.
He even sounded sickly here.
To try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. And who's there? So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm going
to... Listen, man. The doctor comes in there. You know, a lot of times with men, the doctors are just up front. Well, what's my prognosis, doctor, or diagnosis? You know, if you got a male doctor, yeah, you're gonna die. You know, it's just, I'm telling you, man. You know, the way society treats men is totally different than how society treats women and children. You know, and so I'm not making light of this, man. God knows I'm not. I'm telling you, man. I've experienced people who have had cancer. It's just that. You just follow me. Read the room here. The doctor comes in there. More than likely, it's a black. You know, let's be honest about it. And the irony of this is he more than likely had a Nigerian doctor, or a Middle Eastern doctor, or an Indian doctor. And let's say he had an Indian doctor. Scott, you know, I read your comic books when I was a kid in Bombay, and your buddy, you know, you're just going to die in 2 weeks. And so, you know, the doctor told him he was going to die in 2 weeks. So this motherfucker decides to start doing videos and talking about blacks. Oh, man, come on, bro. Come on. You mean to tell me you as a white man and you got about 2 years of life, you're gonna. He was physically mobile for, you know, up until his death. I mean, you know, months before his death. You mean to tell me he couldn't find a cave to crawl in? He couldn't go to Switzerland. He couldn't go to the most whitest places and just do it. Hey, man, but I'm the bad guy for doing this, right? I'm the bad guy. That's how Indian people sound, buddy. That's how they sound. World class psychic says, CT, I hate to say, but all white men want to talk about are my exploits and nothing else. I can't keep their minds out of the gutter to save my life. Like, why are you chasing women? What? I have no idea what you're talking about, buddy. Bob, with the helping ninjas can lower your lifespan. Bob, did you know Scott Adams passed away today, this morning? It's breaking news. And Bob, some people in the chat, they can't believe I'm talking about Scott Adams the way I'm talking about. And again, I'm not talking about him in a disrespectful way. I mean, but I'm just more or less talking about the fact that here goes a man, Bob. in the last or the twilight, I mean, not even just the twilight of his life, but I mean the last seconds. All he talked about black people. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Man, a lot of men are not fulfilled in life, man. And it seems like Scott Adams maybe wasn't. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Be Brave says 10 times I looked in on him and he said nothing about black. He's talking about black people right now. What are you talking about?
I'm going to back.
Hold on.
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them.
He said black people are a hate group. Dude, you were dying at the time. You were dying. You were not only dying, but you were lying. Black people aren't no goddamn hate group. What the fuck are you talking about? Black people don't even have the damn intelligence enough to be a goddamn hate group. Black people don't even have the coordination skills to be a hate group. What the fuck are you talking about? You mean to tell me this motherfucker could have went over to Japan and went to all the little rural towns and just went on just walking in, the last days of my life, guys, I just want to explore the village sides of Japan. You mean to fucking tell me he couldn't have done that? You mean to tell me his fucking worldview was just black people in the twilight of his life, knowing he was going to pass away? But I'm the bad guy, right? But I'm the bad guy for what I'm doing.
And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fix.
The majority of white people don't even live around. What the?
Fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did.
Brave says over the last year, he said nothing about blacks. Nice try, bub. Yeah, he was dying, man. He was dying. That's why he didn't say anything. Bro, he had, what, you said this is from 3 years ago? Okay, even better. So he had 2 good years to jump out of planes, climb mountains, deep sea diving. Brave, there are people, Brave, you guys don't even take my word for it. Look it up. There are cargo ships that allow 10 to 12 civilians to explore the globe, as on their routes, right? When they go from port to port for damn near no cost. This man could have been on an adventure of a lifetime for those 2 years. Here goes Brave. Over the last year, he said, Bub, that, and go Brave, he say, Bub. Over the last year, Bub, he said nothing about blacks, Bub. Nice try, Bub. Yeah, Brave, he actually was dying his last year. Hey, quit spamming the chat, man. Quit spamming the chat and get you up out of here. Quit spamming the chat. He was in excruciating pain, CT. That's not the fucking point. Blue Jay, I love you to death, but that's not the point, sweetheart. That is not the point that I'm making. For 2 years, while he was doing these videos, he didn't look like he had excruciating pain to me. And I'm going to say it again. I had a friend for the 3rd time who died of breast cancer. I don't know if Blue Jay is, not Blue Jay, if Blue Cousin is listening, or if Petey is listening, but y'all can confirm it. We had a friend who died, and she was mobile and able-bodied up until, when it really happened. But she wasn't sitting around talking about blacks, man. That's the point. The point is to go on adventure. That's not the point. You guys are missing the fucking point. Now the video is almost 5 years ago. Okay, now the video is almost. Which one is it, man? Is it 3 years ago? Is it 5 years ago?
A neighborhood where
Jesus.
I have a very low black population, because unfortunately there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America, because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like, I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome.
Yeah, I don't think he was a racist at all. I just think that he was a realist, and I agree with him. But as a man, I saw a man who could have been climbing a volcano. He could have been stargazing. He could have been volunteering. He could have been learning different languages in the last few years of his life. That's all I'm saying, man. And people say, "Oh, this from 5 years ago." I'm pretty sure he knew I'm pretty sure his diagnosis came about that time. But I'm the bad guy for talking about this, right? I'm the bad guy. Please, CT, please don't talk about this. Please, CT. No. I thought we could talk about everything over here, right? I thought we could talk about everything over here. And I'm going to talk about this. I know I'm making a lot of people upset, I'm just gonna go watch something else now because I thought he's gonna talk about blacks today. I am gonna talk about blacks, but I'm also gonna talk about Scott Adams and how stupid this was for him to do this. This is what he's known for. I know people will say, well, he didn't always talk about blacks, but here goes the thing, Einstein. Him talking about blacks 4 or 5 times, which he talked about blacks more than that. This is what he's always going to be remembered for, this shit, not the Dilbert cartoon bullshit and not his political commentary on Trump. It's always going to be about the black shit. That's where he lost. He could have went to the Great Wall of China, Machu Picchu, Victoria Falls, the Grand Canyon, the pyramids of Giza, whitewater rafting, zip lining. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, this dude could have been swimming with dolphins his last few years. But he over here talking about black people. Man, I wonder what would Andrew Tate think about this shit? I wonder what Andrew Tate would think about Scott Adams his last few years. And I bet you he'd say the same shit that I'm saying. Politics, race, man, I'm jumping out of this Cessna. That's what I want to do. I don't give a goddamn. What the fuck do you care about politics and race for? And never mind. You know what? I know I'm hurting a lot of people's feelings today. I'm sorry, guys. Do you want me to tickle you to make you feel good now? Do you want me to tickle you? Please tickle us, CT. Make us feel good. Here goes Verity. CT, you truly have no idea what you are talking about and looking foolish. Drop the link so brothers can straighten you out. I ain't dropping shit. I ain't dropping shit until I'm good and goddamn ready. Salute to you, Verity. Positivity's coming your way, buddy. But I'm going to kick Scott Adams back in today. I know he died and we shouldn't say nothing, but we say stuff about other groups of other people. I could replay that O.J. Simpson video and people are clowning OJ's death. Well, he K-worded Nicole. How do you know, motherfucker? He was acquitted. He was acquitted, right? Fuck y'all. How about that? Fuck y'all. Moxie says they can tickle themselves. Fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. See, Moxie, fuck them. Fuck everybody. It's fuck it Tuesday. Fuck Taco Tuesday. It's fuck it Tuesday. He talked about Trump too, CT. Then, but what's he famous for, motherfucker? What is he famous for? What is he famous for? I don't give a goddamn if he talked about blacks. Well, what I'm trying to say is in the late, man, I'm trying to say this. Black people ain't causing no goddamn global problem. Get the fuck out of here. And even nationally, black people ain't causing no goddamn problem. You got places in America where I can name a place off the top of my head. Estes, if anybody's like, oh, speaking of other RNC, Estes, Colorado. Ain't no goddamn black people in that town. Fuck y'all. His white ass could have. I know his white ass didn't live anywhere around blacks. Yo, here talking about blacks and he's sickly and dying. Get the fuck out of here. I couldn't be this dude. Fuck y'all. Gippy says he's famous for Gilbert, not Dilbert. Hey, man, Gilbert, Dilbert, whatever the fuck. It's just a goddamn cartoon, Gimpy. It's a goddamn cartoon. Hey, man, I'll kick y'all. I'll kick each and every last person. Hold on. Man, I'm going to start kicking backs here today. Here we go.
It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. Totally not trying.
I'm gonna play some more of his videos, and I'm gonna get into the main topic. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. I'm gonna drop the link in a couple of hours, guys. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. This is what Scott Adams is gonna be known for. This is what he's gonna be known for. Fucking memes. I have to agree with Kabuta. Get the likes up, guys. If you want the link early, I'm gonna drop it in like 3 hours. But if you want the link early, I'm gonna have to charge a $50 fee. $50 Cash App only. CT, please stop talking about black people. Here we go. Here we go. Here goes another one. Because he only talked about blacks once, right? Here we go. Here goes another one.
Some of you have already guessed, so this won't surprise you at all. But I have the same cancer that Joe Biden has. So I also have prostate cancer that has also spread to my bones. But I've had it longer than he's had it. Well, longer than he's admitted having it. So my life expectancy is maybe the summer.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one. I remember this one. I remember that one. Yeah.
I expect to be checking out from the.
Give me a second, guys. I know a lot of you guys are mad at me. Man. Yes, yeah, the Estes Park is where The Shining was filmed in the house, a restaurant. Now, yes, it's supposedly the most haunted hotel on the planet, supposedly. Moxie says, damn, he looks like he's ready to go at any minute there. Sad. Please don't tell me he was talking about black people here too. Moxie, they want to forget, man. But I'm not going to let people forget. I'm not going to let people forget what Scott Adams was doing. And it's not because of what he was saying. Again, man, I don't give a goddamn that he was talking about black people. It's just in the twilight of your life, you wasted your valuable time when you could have been doing awesome shit, man. That's what I'm talking about as a fucking man. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. T Spells says, buy CT a cup of coffee. Thank you so much, T Spells. Tip Bittersweet says, CT, he got what he deserves. God just giving out cancer to non-believers. Now he wants to turn to God. Don't say that, Tip Bittersweet. Jesus Christ. I'm not trying to get into that. Come on now. I'm not doing that. Shout out to you. Positivity is definitely coming your way. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I saw this quote today from Elon Musk.
Hold on for a second. Let's see here. All right, let me get into the video. Swish, man. What's up, man? Swish with the dollar super sticker. Salute to you, Swish. Positivity is definitely coming your way. Hold on for 1 second. Thank you so much, Swish.
Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Here we go.
Yes, you're surprised to see me at this time of day, but I had a message that has some timeliness element to it, so I thought I'd jump in here and deliver it. I'll wait for a few of you to come online before I get going.
The title of one of his videos, Black Americans, Your Leaders Are Leading You Off a Cliff. I mean, he's not necessarily wrong, but again, why wasn't he? I don't want to sound like a broken down record at this point. I'm just going to play it out.
This may be the last day you ever see me.
If it's the last day we're ever going to see you, why are you here? That's what I'm talking about. This is the dumb shit that I'm talking about with men. If it's the last day we're going to see you, which it may be, why are you here doing this, man? Talking about blacks on the lap, man, that's some wild shit, man. That's some dedication. What the fuck?
Because the odds of me being canceled forever in the next 10 minutes are pretty high. I listened to a little bit of Charlemagne, and that will be part of what I wanted to talk about.
So Gary with the $5 super chat. Don't worry, CT. I'll die thinking about motherfuckers who hate me instead of my friends and family too. Gee, wow. Man, I'm not trying to be funny here, man. Thank you so much, Gary. Imagine being told you have prostate cancer. The cancer is eating at your bones. You still have enough time to go for walks. You still have enough time to eat as many vegetables as possible, drink as much water as possible. You have time to spend the last days with your family and go for walks in the park. But you're watching Charlemagne. Jesus Christ. Oh my God in heaven. Yikes. All right, here we go.
All right, so the title of my Periscope today, as I said, I was going to give some advice to Black Americans. Now,
oh God. What is? Hold on for a second. Hold on, man. Look, hang tight. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Here goes a motherfucker who probably needed a heart-lung machine, a pacemaker. He's literally dying. He's talking about giving advice to black people. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, man. What in the fuck? Hey, fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all. I'm a clown y'all. I'm clowning everybody today. Because I don't want people to end up like this, man. This dude is dying. He could have hopped his rich ass on a private jet to anywhere on the planet. Hey, I want to see Antarctica in the twilight of my. He probably could have gotten some sort of clearance to go to Antarctica. One last journey as a man but he's going to try to give advice about black people. What the fuck is he talking about? Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, it's not really advice, and I give some advice to black Americans. Now, it's not really advice, and I don't believe in advice per se. And the reason is you can give people information, and they can make their own decisions. And certainly, it would be presumptuous to make advice for some.
Real quick, EAE says it's kind of wild in retrospect, but imagine thinking about Koreans on your deathbed. Don't you see how fucking crazy, how fucking crazy this is? Man, I have many friends who've died, and I would give so much to have just 1 minute with them. And I can tell you this, I wouldn't talk about no goddamn blacks, no Koreans, nothing. This dude is sickly. He's sickly. And I'm not knocking it, man. I'm not, man. And I hope this doesn't go over the wrong way. I'm not knocking it. But nobody around him was like, yo, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, you about to die. Let's go. Let's get on a helicopter and do and fly over a city we've never flown over. Let's do something awesome before you die. Nah, man, I just want to sit here and talk about black people. Oh my God. Tim Bittersweet says, CT, why he not out completing his bucket list? I don't know. This is weird shit.
Community you are not a part of. So when I say advice, you should just see it as context, maybe some new information, maybe something that you hadn't considered before. But don't take it as presumptuous.
Real quick, let me read this.
It's not really.
Thank you so much. Kabuta with the $2 super chat, the white man curse. I hope this isn't a white man's curse. Paulo says, CT, you don't understand. Hardworking whites' favorite thing to do is work. This is what he likes doing. He worked his ass off for decades. Paulo, you're a goddamn idiot. If you believe what this is work, you're an idiot. And I'm saying that disrespectfully. You're an idiot if you believe that this is work. Hopefully you're a man. Hopefully you're a man. This is horrifying from the perspective of a fucking man. And EAE is right. Imagine if your dad or your uncle, somebody a male, they're dying of cancer. And the last thing that they are doing is talking about Koreans on their deathbed. You're like, what the fuck is... You'll probably think, oh, it must be a lot of times they get what is called delirium or something. I'm not trying to do any medical thing, YouTube, but they get some sort of like delirium in their brain. It makes them delirious. This is to me is delirious shit. Here we go.
Advice, you're going to do whatever you need to do. I'm just going to tell you some things that maybe you had not considered. And it goes like this. And by the way, I warned you that there would be some profanity, right? There's going to be some profanity. So if you've got any kids in the room, probably want to get them out of the room. So let me start with the good news. Martin Luther King was...
Man, oh my God. Man, I could have been his assistant. Fuck. Martin Luther King. Man, you got about 3 days to live, motherfucker. What are you talking about? What the fuck? Oh yeah, Sojourner Truth. Hey man, listen, dude, you got about 72 hours to live. Let this last 72 hours be the most awesome 72 hours of your fucking life, bro. Tim Bittersweet says, CT, why he can't help educating the white liberals that are destroying our country right now? I don't know. Here we go.
really good at this stuff. You remember his I had a dream speech? How perfect that is, because it takes your mind to the future. You can visualize it, a dream where everybody is treated fairly.
If I was dying, like, old or God forbid, cancer, I wish one of my good friends would kick my ass into, hey man, black or anybody, hey man, let's go do something crazy, man. Like, why don't we go to Europe and visit as many cathedrals as possible before you die? Why don't we do something? Why don't we do something like that? Why are you sitting around here? You have the money for it. You see him, he's able-bodied here. He's moving his arms. He's able-bodied. This is I know a lot of people, man, a lot of people who are low. I'm just going to be honest. I think a lot of people are dumb. You may think that I'm talking about him. You may think that I think he's a racist. That's not it. I'm talking about man shit here right now. This is man shit. And to me, this is terrifying. This is terrifying here. This fucking crazy dude is talking about Martin fucking Luther King. This man's on a motherfucking pacemaker right now. Talking about Martin Luther King. Hey, man. Oh, man. Spot. Yeah, he says Martin Luther Long was a what? Oh. Here we go.
And it was also accurate, because it wasn't true that things were good at the time, but it was true that everybody dreamed of a time when it would be better. So not only was his message perfectly appropriate to how people were thinking, in other words, it fit what they were already trying to think, were thinking. Both white and black, everybody was thinking, well, I'd like to get to a time when it's all working. So I point that out because he was an unusually effective leader, but also his persuasion technique, if you're looking at the actual tools of persuasion, very, very good. Not only did he match conservatives by being as religious as they were, took the high ground.
Man, you cannot make this shit up. I looked up where Scott Adams lived. He lived in Pleasanton, California. Mods in the chat, can you look up Pleasanton, California? Can you look that up for me real quick? Can we look that up? Blue Jay, Sheena, Moxie, can we look up Pleasanton, California? Yeah, he says CT isn't saying he's wrong. He's actually right, but his priorities are mixed up. He should be enjoying his life and smashing strippers. Hello, that's what I would be doing. Well, maybe not the stripper part. I'm talking about if I was him. What kind of crazy shit is this, man? Look up Pleasanton, California. Please look it up. Thank you so much. Seven Still said he's looking it up now. Look it up now. Look it up now, guys. Look it up now. Pleasanton, California. Look it up. Look it up real quick. Look up Pleasanton, California. Look up Pleasanton. You can't make this shit up, man. CT, please stop talking about Scott Adams, man. Get to the part where you talking about schniggers. Hang tight. I'm gonna do that. Hang tight. Fighter Complex says, CT, this place is affluent. Blue Jay says Pleasanton is a city in Alameda County, California, United States. It's an upscale suburb in the East Bay region of San Francisco. Look up Pleasanton. EAE says Pleasanton is expensive due to a strong combination of top-rated schools, a desirable small town feel with amenities, strategic location near major job hubs, Silicon Valley, a stable economy. Look up Pleasanton, California. Look up the racial demographics there. It's damn near 90 fucking percent white. The rest are Hispanic and Asian. What the fuck was he talking about? You can't make this shit. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make and I know some fucking retards are gonna say, well, what about Detroit? You stupid motherfuckers. I'm not talking about Detroit, you dumbasses. I'm talking about a sickly man who spent the last few years of his life talking about black people. He wasted his breath on people he doesn't even fucking interact with. To me, that is a fucking nightmare as a man. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this Coach Red Pill shit or this Andrew Tate shit. But this is not really. This conversation really goes about it's the hero's journey. It's the fucking hero's journey. This isn't about what the fuck this dude was saying in terms of his racial beliefs. It's about a man who was obsessing over shit that doesn't even fucking affect his fucking life. When he could have been in a goddamn submarine. Oh yeah, no, let's spend the last years of my life in a submarine and exploring the deep sea. And yeah, well, he had the fucking money for it. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Can't believe I'm saying this. Hey man, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Pleasantville, thank you, Moxie, says households led by those aged 45 through 64 often earn the highest median incomes, $240 fucking $1,000, Moxie. What in the fuck is this dude talking about? Let me play some more of this. Here goes Sonic's. Oh, I know who this is. Shut up, man.
Use violence. I mean, basically, persuasion-wise, he was excellent. But that brings us to today. And we don't really have a Martin Luther King who's in the arena, at least not one I've noticed. And let me say this as starkly as I can. And by the way, if you'd like some context, I've been complaining about President Trump's, let's say, leadership in the last few days on the protests and the riots. So this will not be directed strictly at the African American community because it's just as true for Trump. But your leaders are incompetent. Your leaders are incompetent. That's the problem.
This man is insane. Blacks don't need leaders. A lot of blacks don't. It's a fucking insult, actually, man. But I don't need to be led. I don't need a fucking leader. Oh man, I need a leader, man. Can you lead me? Hey, can you lead me? I'm a grown fucking man. Can you lead me, sir? Can you lead me? What the fuck? Scott Adams, man, listen, rest in peace to this guy, man. But he spent the last years of his life talking utter bullshit. Tip Bittersweet says they love talking about us, CT. Can't help themselves. Our melanin is gold to them. Here goes a man talking about black leadership is pretty much null and void now. It should be. We are adults. We don't need to be fucking led. Led. Oh, I need a leader. Can you lead me? Huh? Where are you gonna lead me today, sir? Hey, black person, can you lead me? If you need a leader, you're a fucking loser. You're a fucking loser, to be honest with you. He was a white liberal he had a fucking savior complex. Thank you so much, Blue Jays. I'll give you credit for your tenacity. It's truly a gift. What's up, Lena? Salute to you. Positivity is coming your way. But I know, right? He didn't talk about black people. Mike says sometimes people lose their mind when they are dying. That is true. There goes a white man. He about to die. He can't think of nothing else to talk about black people. And he talking about, oh yeah, black leadership is bad. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The fact that the idea that blacks even need leaders only goes to show you how stupid a lot of blacks are. It's an insult. But whether it's an insult or not, hey man, enjoy your fucking life in the twilight of it. Exactly. Do white people have leaders? Of course not. I don't fucking leader. A leader. That's a leader. Where are you gonna lead me today, sir? A fucking leader. I need to be led. If you need to be led, you're a loser. You're a fucking. I'm talking about if you're a man, you're a loser. You're a fucking loser. Oh my God. I did a show about ISO Speed, Bluegrass. I did a show. A leader. Moxie, the fact that Scott Adams thinks that black people need leaders to me, it only goes to show his mindset. His priorities were all fucked up at the end of his life. It's an insult. I'm telling you, it's a fucking insult. Where are you going to lead me today, sir? A leader. Man, get the fuck out. Maybe your ass don't go and die somewhere. Get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Here goes Scott Adams right here. Here we go.
You stumbled upon this Rasmussen poll, which was shocking. I wouldn't have known about it had you not done your thing, but it was a national survey of 1,000 adults conducted February 2023. Do you agree or disagree with this?
Now, here goes the thing, Moxie. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I bet if he were to die, I bet there would be all types of people, both black and white, making all types of egregious comments about him. And he built an institution. They have schools. They had schools. They had businesses. They gave out loans. It's all fair with me. I'm not talking about Scott Adams in terms of what he had. I'm not talking about cancer, but I'm talking about the fact that as Moxie, as a fucking man, knowing you're going to die, you should have been spending the last few breaths doing something incredibly awesome. Moxie, you get it. You get it. You are a New Yorker, so you get it. You get it. See, here goes Ryan. He says Louis Farrakhan. See. Now Ryan. Now Farrakhan is important. He's important to a lot of people too. But you call him Farrakhan. So it's all fair with me. I haven't even got to the main topic yet, but it's all fair with me. Here we go.
Statement, it is okay to be white. And it wound up that 53% of the 117 black participants said, yes, I agree, it is okay to be white. But some 47% either disagreed or said they were unsure. 26% disagreed it was okay to be
Show about that, Moxie. I did a show about that. I can make it public for you.
white. 21% said they were not sure. And that led you to do a bit on your YouTube show that completely shook up the internet and the national news cycle for a few days. Here's a little bit of what you said in SOT 15.
Yeah, normally you see a poll, you just look at it, you go, whatever. But as of today, I'm going to re-identify as white because I don't want to be a member of a hate group. If nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. The best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people.
Now, here goes a man. I don't have a problem with this guy. Again, I don't. Now he's dying. Now he's on a show with Megyn Kelly. Man, if the doctor told me I had about a year and a half, and Megyn Kelly got on camera with me, I'm just gonna say it out. I'm just gonna be honest about it. I don't know how I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I want to fuck. I want to fuck. Why not? See, these are the things that a person like him in his position should have been doing. His last few breaths. Hey, I want to fuck. Hey, man, I don't give a fuck about no black. Hey, man, I think about how crazy this shit is. I told people, man, if I'm 90, I'm smoking crack. I'm smoking crack in the middle of the street. I don't give a fuck. I'm going out. What the cops gonna do? You gonna arrest me for smoking crack? I'm smoking crack in the middle of the street if I'm 90 years old. Hey, man, I'm 90. Shit, what are you gonna do? Put me in jail? I'm smoking crack. You already look like a crackhead when you're 90 any damn way. Why not smoke the shit? Why not smoke crack when you were 90 fucking years old? He over here talking about blacks, but he on camera with Megyn Kelly, who still looks really, really good for her age. I mean, she's very, very attractive. I'd have been asking her, what kind of, hey, what are you wearing? Are you wearing a skirt right now? You wearing a skirt? I would have been really ignorant. You're dying, bro. But here you go, blacks this and blacks and whites and racing. Fuck that shit. Yes, crack. Ryan, you goddamn right. If I'm 90, I'm smoking crack. You heard it from me, man. You heard it from me. Now, you might be 100 at the time, and I want you to keep, put me on, just remind me. Hey, CT, I think you're going to smoke crack. Oh, yeah, I'm going to smoke it right now. Club Luca, I'm smoking that shit.
Just get the fuck away. I'm going to back off from being helpful to.
Now, Brave says, now Brave really wants to call me the N-word. No, he doesn't. He said, hey, Dippy. He learned he was dying last May. Oh, I'm sorry, Brave. Were you friends with him? Brave. No, he didn't. He knew he had cancer years ago. But because supposedly he just came out and said it. Oh, yeah, he said it last year. Oh, okay, Brave. Right. Okay, Brave. Right. I got you, buddy. Got you, buddy. Here we go.
Black America, because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. And it feels good not to be in a racist hate group anymore. So I'm now independent, not a member of any group. I do not align with any group, not the white supremacists and not the black racists.
So cue cancellation everywhere. And it's like all the newspapers and the publishing company, and I'm probably your agent, probably everybody. And everybody was confused, I think, for a while. But like, I know I was confused. I didn't understand what was happening there. So what was happening there?
So, bunch of context. Number one, only Democrats canceled me. I don't think any Republicans, once they heard the full context, they were like, "Oh, okay, well that was offensive." But you know.
Right here, he could be skydiving. Man, let me just do one more video. Rest in peace, Scott Adams, man. But it's the he wasn't wrong. I mean, like I said before, he wasn't wrong. But it's just these things kind of scare me as a man. Like you could be talking about black people in the twilight of your life, man, and not really living out your last moments.
Right. You want to talk about it?
Scott Adams?
Well, there's a Scott Adams thing. We could talk about that first.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Scott Adams situation. Because so Scott Adams did a whole video saying that white people need to get the hell away from black people because they're a hate group. And when he bought a house, he first made sure that it had as few black people as possible in that neighborhood. I know Scott Adams. Mm-hmm. I'd interviewed him at that house, actually. Cool guy. I'd been a fan of Dilbert forever. And since then, we've sort of kept in contact, and I've had nothing but good experiences with him. So when this happened, I actually called him up. Well, I texted him. I said, hey, like, what you're saying is extremely hurtful to black people. And I'm trying to explain why. And his response was, you're being fucking racist to me. Don't ever call me again.
How can racism is a system, and it's so hard to explain that. I'm so tired of these white victims. I don't know what the male victims are.
I don't necessarily like D.L. Hughley, man. That's only a minute clip.